search in EBSCO, go to the library website, and the EBSCO icon is in the upper left-hand corner. You can hit either the icon or the words, and they will open the service menu. We'll be looking at the EBSCO host web option in this video because that's the one that we use at the high school most often, and it's also the one that most students will be using when they get to colleges and universities. So when you click on that icon, it'll take you straight to the Choose Databases menu, and you'll see we have 14 different databases in EBSCO that you can use. I have a very current topic today, so I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to choose ones that have very current information. Now, if you want to know what's in each database, there's a little description here. There's also a list of titles. You can click on that and it'll tell you what newspapers and magazines are in that part, or actually chapters from books sometimes now. And if you need more information because you don't still quite see, you can click on more information and it'll tell you there. I'm looking for very current information. I have a very current topic, so I'm going to choose MAS Ultra and the newspaper source. And I chose those two because MAS Ultra, I know, has things like U.S. News and World Report and Time and Newsweek magazine, and I'm interested in articles of that nature. So when I'm done, I scroll down and go ahead and hit Continue, and that will take you to the search menu. And here is the search box. You'll notice it's pretty large here, and that's because I have chosen Smart Text Searching. And if you don't know what Smart Text Searching means, there's a little hint right here next to it. You can go ahead and hit that and read it, but I'll tell you that Smart Text Searching allows you to type more than just one or two words. You can type entire sentences and paragraphs in there describing exactly what you're looking for. Now, we're doing a basic search today. There's another video coming soon that will talk about more advanced searching. Now, if you want a simple term, and I have a pretty simple one today, if you do find all my search terms, you'll notice the search box gets a lot smaller. If I typed in there cars and trucks, this is the same as putting the word "and" between those, and what the database will do is it will go and bring me back articles with cars in it and with the word trucks in it. Both of those words would have to be in the article before it would bring it back. If I change that to find any of my search terms, that's the same as putting cars or trucks, meaning the database would then bring me all of the articles with the word cars in it, and then it would also bring me all of the articles with the word trucks in it. But I'm not looking for cars or trucks today. We're looking for something else. So I'm going to stick with a pretty basic search, and we'll use "and." Now, before I start searching, I can actually limit and make sure before it goes out, it's going to bring me exactly the kind of articles that I want. One of the first things you want to make sure is that full text is checked. It usually is, but if it's not, because if that's not checked, it's going to bring me back what are called citations and abstracts, and they don't actually have the article in them. They just tell me what the article's about, and that's not very helpful. You can also limit it by scholarly or peer journals. In other words, things that are only really good for school. That's where the good stuff is. You usually at the high school level want to check that. Now there's another limiter that I'm not seeing that I like to use. So I'm going to go back up here because I think I need to choose some more databases than just the two that I had already picked. If you click on that, you'll get a list again, and our list is loading. There it is. Of all of those databases again, and you'll notice I only have the two. I'm going to choose a couple more. I'm going to add the Advanced Placement Source, and I'm going to add the History Reference Center. I think those might help me too. And when I tell it OK, and I scroll down to see how much I can limit, there's that search box I was looking for. This is another limiter you can use. I'm going to tell it that I only want it to bring me back articles that are at a high school reading level. You can set it for 5th to 8th grade reading level, but I'm going to pick 9th through 12th grade, and I'm going to get articles that are written so that a 9th and 12th grader typically can understand them. All right. Now it's time to do the important thing of choosing my search term. And I'm going to go ahead and I've decided I'm looking for, oops, wait a minute. Remember, I wanted to do that shorter search. There we go. And I am looking for Syria. And I'm going to go ahead and search. Uh-oh, I have a little bit of a problem. It says no results were found. Before you get panicked and before you ask for help, I want you to do two things. First, check that choose databases again. Maybe you only chose one and that's why you're not getting any results. But we already did that. So the second thing I want you to check before you ask for help is right here. And there's the mistake I made. If you'll notice, I am a notoriously bad typer, and I have misspelled the word. Now it gave me some suggestions down here, but none of them, oh, there's the word I was looking for, Syria. So I'm going to choose that one. You can also go back and spell it. And now you'll see I have much better results here, and I have a whole lot to choose from. In fact, I have 1,052 articles. That's an awful lot for one person to be looking through. So let's see if we can limit that even further over here by refining our results. And it's a big list that you can refine your results by. So the first thing we already did when we set out, we limited it to full text, and we limited to scholarly journals, and we limited to high school. So we've done that, and we still have over 1,000 results. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit further, and here's one that I haven't used yet, the publication date. I have a very current topic. There's a war going on in Syria right now, and I want information maybe closer to that. I don't want old things since 1975. So I'm going to grab that little bar and move it all the way over and tell it I only want articles from 2010 to 2013. You'll notice that it updated, and now I'm down to 334 articles. That's a little more like it. That's a little more searchable, but I think I may be able to narrow it down just a little bit more. So I'm going to go over here and look at how I can limit it by subject. And this is a great place to find search terms. If you're looking for different search terms, maybe the Middle East or Arab countries could be places you can look, but I see one that's making me happy right now. Right here it says Syria. So I'm going to limit it to just articles with that in it. And now I'm down to 98, and that's a little more searchable for me. So I'm going to start scrolling down and looking at these articles, and you'll notice that it tells me right here what type of article it is, and I seem to only be getting these academic journals. And you know what? I have found some of those a little bit difficult for me to understand. So just for a little extra help, I'm going to go over here and get rid of one of my limiters and say, well, let's look at things that are a little more simple and get rid of that scholarly requirement. And now let's see what happens. I'm still seeing some academic journals, but now I'm starting to get periodicals. And periodicals tend to be more current magazines, like Time and Newsweek, more popular ones that are on the shelf. And I kind of want to look at a few of those. Now, don't forget, these are only the first 10 results. Down here, you have 5 more pages and then some. So don't forget to keep looking if you don't see anything good here. But I see one that kind of catches my eye. It's Syria, a crisis within a crisis. I think I like the looks of that one. It's from the Middle East magazine, and it's from 2013 in June. That's pretty current. Now there's 2 forms that comes in. It's either HTML or PDF, and there are advantages to either way you look at them. HTML we're going to look at first, and that means that somebody opened the article and typed it into the computer. So we're going to open the HTML full text version. Here it is. And here's one of the first advantages right off the bat, where I can actually translate this article into a different language. And there's a list here of quite a few languages to choose from. So you can choose any of those. If you're an English as a second language learner, that's a terrific feature. A little bit further down, there's another feature that I really like to use, and it's the listening feature in HTML. And that means that I can have the computer, when I push the orange arrow, actually play and read the article to me. Now you won't be able to hear it now because I'm using the audio port to record my message, but you'll see, if you follow along, that it is reading and it's highlighting the word that it's reading as it goes along. A very nice feature. And if you'd like to, you can actually change the accent to Australian or British that it reads to you in. I'm going to turn that off for now. Down below is the actual article as it would have appeared in the newspaper and magazine, the way it was typed up. But you'll notice that the pictures are kind of missing from that. But those were located earlier, and you can find those there. If you want to save or type or print the article, that menu is over here on the right-hand side of the screen. Printing is right here, very obvious one. You can email it as long as you have access. A lot of people naturally want to go to save, and you can do it that way. But the better choice is to use export, especially with 2013. If you hit export, choose the RIS one. Most computers understand RIS, and that one's naturally chosen anyway. Go ahead and hit save, and then down below here is that 2003 screen. You want to go to save and hit the little drop down menu and save as, and that will bring up all of your drives, and there's that H drive that you'll be looking for to put that article in. So that's the easiest way to save, although you can do it the other way using the actual save button. The other button that's very popular that we'll be using a lot later, not so much today, is the Cite button. If you hit that, we use MLA here at Canajoharie, and it will actually create that works cited entry for you, and that is something a lot of people really like about EBSCO, that it will do that for you. So that's the basics of how to use an HTML, but now we're going to take a look at how to look at the PDF version of the very same article, and we'll see the difference there. Now you'll have to be patient with PDF with the school computers. Pictures in computer language are pretty big, and it may take it a moment to open it. As you can see, it loads a little bit slow, but there it is. Oh, let's see. There it is, and you'll notice the immediate advantage of the PDF version is all of the pictures are there right away. Now again, that same printing and saving bar is over here on the side, but the best way when you're using a PDF to save it is to take your mouse and slowly hover down around the bottom of the page, and that little menu will pop up, and you can save and print. You can make the font and the picture bigger, or you can make it smaller if the words are a little difficult for you to read. And of course, if you scroll down or hit the little arrows here, it'll take you to the actual text of the document, and you can see where that's been scanned in rather than typed in. And that is the advantage to PDF. Now, you want to get back to your results screen. You don't want to make the mistake of hitting up here by the arrow. That's going to take you to the wrong spot. You want to hit right here where it says result list. So when you're finished with the article and you've saved it and printed it and you're ready to go back, just hit result list, and it will take you back to the original list that you can use. You can keep looking at other articles. You can look over here on the right-hand side, and there's some of those pictures that were missing from the HTML documents and the videos right there. You're welcome to watch those, and those can also be saved in your H drive. And that is basic searching in EBSCO. Look later on for more about how to do advanced searching.